to lie beside him, to help. night is a thief, some poet once wrote. It steals the colors from the day. It's kind of pretty if you like words, but for my dog, they're not exactly true. Because there are colors at night. The burning red of passion, the angry green of jealousy, and the ugly, terrifying black of fear.
still hear whispering your name. school, but she can never learn. You can fly south when the weather changes. We'll be birds in our separate cages. The summer's over. I see the